Hi, my name's Morgan Curtis. I was a youth delegate at COP21 with the United States Youth Delegation. So I was working inside the UN space for the 2 weeks, working on media policy and running the little kind of approved actions that they let you have inside there. And it was my first experience at COP, and I'd actually spent the 6 months previous travelling slowly between the US and COP, kind of collecting stories of grassroots mobilisation along the way. And the whole way there, people had asked me, well, what are your hopes for COP21? And I had this sentence which went something like, well, my hope doesn't particularly lie that the world's leaders are going to write a fancy piece of paper that will save us all. My hope more lies in that it's a movement moment to demonstrate our power to actually keep fossil fuels in the ground. And I think I said it too many times, so when that exactly came true, I still felt it really strongly. I worked a lot at COP with the kind of climate justice corner, so in the space there's NGOs who were trying to spin this as, this is unprecedented success, all of our world's leaders have come together and agreed on something. And while that is true to some extent, when you talk to people from the global south, when you talk to people whose lives and communities and health are on the line, and you hear that the US is running kind of backroom deals to say, oh, well, we'll give you this small amount of funding if you say that you will never look to us for liability for any of the damage we've caused over these 200 years. When you hear those kind of stories, it becomes really, really hard to celebrate any aspect of this. And so it was definitely a really dispiriting experience to realise just how kind of powerful certain countries are, and that having been through this, I now am kind of more persuaded than ever that the power was never going to lie at the top, and that if we're actually going to create a revolution towards climate justice, that it's always going to come from the grassroots, and that, yeah, the fancy piece of paper was never going to save us all.